Hi, my name is Karina Akidal, Managing Editor of Canadian Auto Dealer. I'm here with Perry Itzcovitch, Calgary dealer. Perry, the last time we spoke, you were at your Mercedes-Benz dealership in downtown Calgary. It was a different time. It was in March. And at that point, there were not a lot of people coming in, not a lot of people downtown. So very different world back in March. And maybe you can tell us a little bit about what's changed in the past month. What new protocols have been put in place? What have you opened? Have you hired back more employees? So what's the situation?
It's actually the traffic has picked up substantially. There's more people on the road driving around the city. Our service appointment business is up quite a bit. We've recalled a number of technicians back to the dealership. We've recalled a few people up front. Everybody is multitasking more than ever before. And that's one of the criteria of being able to bring somebody back, because you have a limitation of how much space you can fill when you only have so many bays and so many desks, and you got to maintain the 6 foot or more distancing and the safe service, safe sales environment. You can limit yourself to a certain number of people. So the big thing was developing the recall notice, so that when people come back, you could sit them down and go through the process. Then also it's a matter of looking at, as you add people to the building, what do you have to do as far as adding additional precautions, whether it's plexi screens, whether it's different shift work. So it's just been a matter of adapting. CADA put out an excellent report for all dealers, which outlined for all dealers across Canada things that you could do to prepare. So a lot of it was looking at what we had already done and comparing it to the CADA report that came out after, and just tweaking everything to where you could do it the best possible for more business, managing existing business, and keep growing our way back to a normal volume. So we're still not at a normal volume, but we have recalled probably, I'd say 70 to 80% of our staff, depending on which department we go into. So depending on which area you're looking at, you're looking to see where you can bring back people. And hopefully the business is growing at a point where we'll be 70% of normal, and hopefully it'll go beyond that. We've been fortunate in our certified pre-owned area. We opened a new building on 9th Avenue. So we had an influx of car-to-go cars, which actually gave us a good performance for the certified business. The new business has been plugging along, but again, you're getting very limited traffic in the showroom. A lot of it's being done online. The salespeople that were working from home, some of them have moved back into the dealership, but again, with distancing, plexi screens, yellow lines on the floor, basically creating an environment that when a customer comes in, they're offered gloves, they're offered hand sanitizer. There's a process and a protocol of what they're going to do when they get in the building, so that we screen them before they come. We talk to them when they get there. Sorry about that. And basically, just managing what we have to manage to take care of business, and it's working just fine. We had 8 salesmen on call, where if we had an appointment, we'd bring them in on a 45-minute notice. We've now got those people pretty much back in the building, and there's a few that have been laid off that we're slowly bringing back. Some that didn't want to come in before for whatever reason, family reasons, life reasons, health reasons. Now a few of those have decided they want to be back, so we've been able to bring them back. Technicians, we've added 3 more technicians back. We still can't put in full activity in our technician base because we have to keep that social distancing. So that's where we hit a bit of a bottleneck now. Our wait times have gotten to be too large. So now I've got technicians coming in to put full days on Saturday just for spring tires and to shorten up the wait times, because we were well over 3 weeks wait time, and we've got to bring that down because we have to take care of customers. So that's been the challenge. If a customer has an immediate urgent problem, we tell them just bring it in, we'll make it happen. And but for the most part, we're going to shorten that down by working through the weekend. So that basically will be under 2 weeks. And our goal will be to try to get that down to less than a week. And, as long as we take care of people and they understand, I told them to say we're running at COVID speed, that basically we're going to be basically providing great service, safe sales, but the speed will be at COVID speed. The shuttle van that used to take up to 7 or 8 people is now taking one customer at a time. We're running 3 shuttles. When we first had the issue, we were running 1 shuttle, then we added a second. Now we've added a third, just because when you go to take a customer out, it's the customer and the driver and nobody else. So it's a different world, but it's very manageable. But you got to get your head around it. And luckily, our industry, we're survivors, and it's going well. I can't complain because we've been putting a lot of effort into keeping it normal.
So how long exactly did it take to implement all these changes, and what was probably the toughest protocol that you had to implement, the toughest measure?
I don't think tough is the hard part. Now the tough part is bringing people into the building and maintaining the social distancing. When you had 10 customers a day, it was very easy to space them out, or 15. Now we're dealing with 35, 37, 39. We've removed furniture from our waiting room so that you have basically people spread out all over the building, but we're maintaining that 6-foot distance. And we've gotten a lot of compliments from customers who are saying, wow, I've been to a lot of businesses. You guys have got your stuff down because, you guys seem to really be in control with implementing putting the keys in a plastic bag that stays with the keys right through the whole process, with steering wheel covers, with seat covers, with basically cleaning the vehicles. It's all these protocols that we basically added that I think most dealerships that were being proactive most businesses that were being proactive were. And as new social distancing rules came out, or cleanliness rules came out, we adapted to it. And, basically went to low volume. It was try to manage and keep the costs in play and the customers looked after, and keep business traveling at a certain pace so we could rebuild. And now we're basically in the last 10, 12 days, 2 weeks, we've been rebuilding. So we've recalled, as I said, 3 more technicians, but now we're maxed out because of our social distancing. So that creates a bit of a problem. And but at least the guys that are back are happy to be back. They're appreciative to be back, and they understand that they've got to put in some longer hours to keep those wait times down. So, I think this morning at the tech meeting, I said to the guys, I feel more like a safety officer than a dealer principal.
Well, certainly. And how do you see that improving over the next little while, or is that perhaps yet to be seen? Do you have any potential ideas in place, or it depends on how restrictions, I guess, are lifted in your area?
Yeah, I think we have to more or less adapt to the marketplace, adapt to where we are at. Like Edmonton has got, I think we're 8 times higher number of cases in Calgary versus Edmonton. There's different markets across the country that have a very low, COVID case count, so they could get back to normal business pretty quick. When you're 8 times your sister city up in Edmonton, we've got to make sure that we really maintain the gloves. We've got masks still on order that haven't all arrived. We have actually one of our parts people, his wife sews, she actually made masks. We paid her to make masks for the entire dealership, that anybody who wanted a mask could get a mask custom fitted. That was a proactive way of giving the guys something until the N95 masks that are on order show up. So I think we're just adapting to it day by day. It's a lot of work. Just keeping everyone's mindset that we, just because we see more people out there, just because we're hitting convertible or motorcycle season, just because people are out and about, doesn't mean we've got a cure for this COVID-19 virus. And when the scientists say that we're probably going to see another flare up, we have to, even this morning, the big discussion with the managers was we're going to keep these plexi screens up for a long time, because until we get some positive information from the government, we have to keep every precaution that we're taking in place and not let up. And that seems to be the big challenge now, is getting the mindset that basically, things are back to normal. Traffic on the road is increasing. People are going back to work, but we still haven't dealt with the cure or a vaccine for the virus. So, this is not going away. We just have to maintain our diligence in managing the situation and make sure that we keep doing the right things. When we spoke 5-6 weeks ago, and I said there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel, I think we're at a point now where we have come into the light. Things have gotten better. You look out the window onto the streets. There's traffic on the road. People are trying to get moving. So where the light is brighter, we're further along. The COVID virus is not gone, but as long as we stay diligent and we continue to do the safety precautions to protect our staff from infection and to basically make a safe place for customers, keeping on this train of progress, I think it's going to be good. Some of the dealers that were in areas that were shut down, like Quebec and Ontario, with partial shutdowns in their sales areas, it's a lot harder to get going when you've been shut down, as in Quebec and I think with New Brunswick. But because Alberta and parts of the West and prairies were not really shut down, we were just at a lower pace, at a hang in there pace. I think we're in a better position to ramp back up. And as long as we maintain the safety to our staff and to our customers and do our best, I think we'll get there. But we've still got a ways to go.
Great. Well, I'm glad to hear things are moving along. And thank you, Perry, for taking time to do this interview. And as always, I wish you and your family good health and safety, along with everybody at your dealership.